Okay, quick sound check. Can you guys hear me? And can you see my charts? Okay, so yeah, the ones that I have on the list so far are these. Natural gas, ETSI, AMD, WKHS, SLV, KNDI, MRNA, and MDD. Oh yeah, VXX, I saw that one too. I don't know if that's going to have any value, but we can try it. Let me move this over so I can get started. I don't know. I don't remember the, okay, just like that. That's not too exciting. Okay, so let's get started with, what I had on the list. So, I can't really give you a new setup in ETSI, right? Because this one is just making targets. So this one, let's see, which is the highest high? This high, can't see. All right, so looks like this high was 115.50. This high was 115.45. Okay, so this is the higher high. So we're going to run the target off of this prior high to low. And you've met 2 targets on the upside. And again, I cannot set up a new buy entry in this one until you actually get a pullback. So I'll take the snapshot of this. Target after the second target is 144.63. And let me just grab that snapshot. So that's ETSI on a daily chart. All right, let's get rid of that. And then we have, okay, so as far as natural gas, yes, I'm in Austin and there are, well, let's see, I normally don't have kids in the background, but let's see, Remy's going to be 11 months tomorrow, and Brinkley is going to be 7, or is 7. Anyway, all right, so as far as natural gas, the only thing I can probably really do here, since you have this huge rally, is look for where resistance might come in on the daily chart. Okay, so there's a swing and then some swings inside of the swing. Okay, so there's symmetry resistance right there. And then let's see, we'll run the retracement of the prior swing. 618 just overlaps symmetry beautifully. And then we'd look for a, well, you can't set up a pullback in ETSI unless you actually put in a high. That's the problem. So it needs to come off the high. I mean, I can check the lower time frame chart, but I'm not sure it's going to be there. All right, so here, this is what, 2. I don't even know if I have the right pricing convention right on here because I really don't do much of these futures anymore. So let's see, it was 21491 to, I think, 20 to, wait, oh, 21520, okay. And then the other resistance that comes in above that, let's see, you got then the 21910 to 22060. 22060. Okay. All right, so that's what we have on the daily chart. And no, I'm not on the continuous contract. I'm on the September contract. I mean, the continuous contract, the only problem with that is that you're not necessarily going to get accurate levels because the rollover mucks it up. Okay, all right, cool. And then let's just see if I had anything. Yeah, and it's really hasn't had enough of a pullback for me to set it up. I mean, you'd have something like, well, first of all, when something isn't, you know, taken off like this, typically not going to be so aggressive as it's so close to these last highs. All right, so what was the question in AMD? Because, you know, AMD, that was a setup from quite a while ago, and that has met 2 targets on the upside. Doesn't have a 3rd target until 95.71. And then I can run this projection and see if there is anything, but let's see. So we would measure that prior low to high. Whoops. Low to high, projected from this low. Oh, okay. So then we're right on top of it. So this is one where you should just be, you know, ratcheting up stops. You know, maybe you have it underneath the prior swing low via a 30-minute chart. But we do have that 100% projection that's close. So that's AMD daily. Okay. And then, yeah, let's see. I don't know that we're going to have any pullback here, but yeah, you barely have a pullback to work with. But I'll show you like some of the symmetry. So this is Etsy, but you have to measure just these prior minor swings. Those would be your first areas of support. Okay, that one. That one. Okay, now it is starting to pull back just a little bit, but all right, so I will post that one when after I'm finished here. So that's the 15-minute. The first support is like 125.57, then nothing until 123, 124. All right, so that's that one. And make sure I put it there. No. Yeah, okay. All right, and then can I do AMD? Did I give you a, yeah, okay. Okay, and then, so I'm not sure what you're trying to figure out with this one, but I'll tell you that we should be looking for some higher targets. This is WKHS. And I'm not going to go back and find out whether there was any support at that last low, because obviously it wasn't an important low. But I'm going to give you some targets. Okay, so you have some targets there. Some targets from those swings. Okay, and then if you measured 100% of the first swing up, let's see if there's anything there. Yeah, okay. So there's a bigger picture target that comes in above the market at 25.49, but you do have a lot of resistance that's going to come in below that. So this is 17.99 to 18.13. And then you have 1886 to 1939. Yeah, this is, and then you can see the other levels, but you're actually close to your first area of resistance with symmetry, 1272 and a 50% retracement. So that is WKHS. All right. So what are you trying to figure out in SLV? Because we already met 2 targets on the upside in SLV. And it looks like, you know, if you're looking for a pullback, you already missed it. And the only place where we'll probably find some symmetry might be from those prior, well, that's not that one. Let's try this one. Yeah, I mean, there really isn't anything else that I can give you. I can give you the target off of the most recent high to low, but there's not going to be any new setup unless you see a pullback. Whoop. Okay, and that's it for those. Okay, so, and again, a stock like this is a little bit insane as far as a move, but you might be able to get a pullback out of it. This KNDI. Yeah, that's actually the 786 comes in below, but if we run the slightly smaller swing from the low to the high, yeah, there really isn't much more than that, you know, or even if you run it of the most recent swing, that's the only thing you're going to get, the 786 retracement. I'm not going to find a cluster. There's not enough back data on it to, you know, even find symmetry there. So, you know, if you wanted to place a bet and have a stop underneath this 786, you can, but to me, this is not a setup. This is just, you know, single levels to me are not setups. That doesn't mean that it doesn't have value though. You know, like if it holds at 786, potential is 2034. All right, so let's get rid of that one. All right, and then if we're looking at mRNA, let's see about that retracement. I mean, there might be more on a lower time frame chart, but you have a 618 of that prior swing. I can compare this prior swing. Yep, you're on top of that. This one, maybe you're through it. Yeah, you're through that one. Well, that's really all we need. I mean, that's officially a setup where you have definition of risk because it's a 618 retracement that overlaps symmetry. So there would be a bigger picture target from the larger swing that will come in at 103.01. But then there would also be a target off of this swing. So measure the high to the low. Targets 86.79 and 90.54. Here we go. Okay, so that's RNA daily. Okay. I think you might be right that, well, because, you know, typically for this session, I want to look at stuff that's pulling back for new setups for you guys. Okay, but if we don't have a pullback, then all I can really give you are the targets. But this is a nice pullback, and, you know, and the risk is very clearly defined right underneath that 72.66. And then let's see about okay. Let me make sure I took that snapshot. I'll give you all these after I'm finished. And then let's see, we've got MDB. So we've got All right, so here we're above the 200, we're above the 50, 5 and 13 are in a buy mode, so we want to set up the buy side. So I'm going to take 100% of these prior declines, project from the high, and let's see what we have. Okay, so that overlaps. We can also run the swing inside of that swing, and then this high to low, and this high to low. Okay, yeah, so we've got that. That's a setup. Now let's see if there's a retracement that overlaps. Pretty much the 618. Okay, now we've already rallied a little bit off of this though. So that's the only problem. You're a little bit late to the party, but that's 209.81 to 211.17, or just to make this easier to see on the bottom, 204.23 to 207.26. And the potential target is going to be the 1272 extension, 238.38 and 245.97. So that's MDB daily. All right, and then all right, so that is a setup. You know, that's what I'm looking for, those kind of pullbacks. Pullbacks within a trend work pretty well. All right, and then now somebody asked for a short and win, but I don't know that you're gonna have a short near current levels. So one of the things that I want to do before I look at that on a lower time frame chart is I want to look at the support, because you need to be aware of it. This swing, high to low. Nope, we're through that one. There might be something here, high to low. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So there is support there. So I'm not, well, you're closer to support at this point in time. So let's see. And then let's see if there's any extensions. Now it is below the 200, it is below the 50, and the 5 and 13 are in a sell mode. But it's going to be, if I do give you a sell decision, you would need to be really quick to get out of the way if it holds above this support. Because if it holds above this support, the target's 120.19. So let's see, that's going to be win daily. And then I'll look at I'll try the other one. The other one is when, let me just try, for example, on okay. But there is a reason to look at the lower time frame if you wanted to look at the short side. So let me just get the right template on here. Okay, and then we've got high to low. Okay, we're going to look at low to high from the low. Okay, so if you wanted to look at the short, I would say that you have to define risk behind 74.54. Now we're not quite there yet. You know, for me, it's more ideal if you test the zone and then you trigger an entry. But if you want to take a sell, okay, so here's an extension there. So you do have this one extension there. And let me just try one other projection, see if this kicks in. Nope. So, and then the other area is 74.28. So 74.28 to 74.54. Or if you want to sell it against here and risk above here, it's just not, you know, it's not really a cluster. But your definition of risk on a short would be above 74.54. So this is when on a 15-minute. Okay, and then let's see, I've got a, okay, here we go. All right, so that one. And again, as far as Neo is concerned, I'm not going to get you a new setup, but I can give you upside targets. So if the last low is any good, you know, the main target's 1807. But then there will be other price relationships. So this low to high from the low, okay, overlaps the 618. We can also set up an extension. So then you have the other couple of areas. Now where the moving averages are and the larger pattern would vote for an eventual move towards 1807, but you do have resistance 1403 to 31. 1403 to 31. And then also at 1516 to 23. All right. And then I should put this down as a potential target. Now, one of the things you want to remember is that I don't continue to follow these because I have too many charts to follow. So if you're interested in it, once I post the charts, save them on your desktop. Okay, there's that one. Okay, and then let's see about, okay, so are you looking for a buy or a sell in XBI? Because I want to check the support in this one. Yeah, right there. Not there. And then, whoops. Okay. So here we're going to see if there's an overlap with a retracement. And it is near 618. And then an extension, low to high. That also overlaps. So there was support at that last low. And then the potential, I'll give you the potential target and the hurdles. So I'm going to take the high of the low, run the extension. But for the hurdles, we want to watch that 618. And we're also going to want to watch 100% of that prior rally. Okay, so yeah, I would prefer to look at the buy side, maybe on a pullback, and then target would be 124.70. Oh, you're looking to sell it? If you're looking to sell it, actually there might be one other minor. Let me just run this little projection here. Actually, yeah, we should use that too. So if you wanted to look at the sell side, first of all, you'd wait for a sell trigger. So this looks like the one you can't read, 115.87 to 95. 115.87 to 95. Otherwise, potential target, if we continue to hold above the recent low, is up here. Now, if we fail at resistance instead, then you'd have a 1272 extension to the downside. But, you know, this is the only setup I see so far. I mean, yeah, this is the only one that's in play at the moment. So that's XBI daily. All right, and then let's see. Okay, so VXX, again, I'll tell you that I have no idea whether this has value or not, but I will see if I can find anything. So you'd have a 786 of the larger swing. And then let's see about this. Nope, that one we don't need. We can run an extension of this low to high. Doesn't come in until below. Okay, we do have one extension there. There's another projection. So again, I have no idea whether this will have any value, but shows up it's 2673 to 2795. All right. Okay, and there was QCOM. Let's look at the daily chart. Oh. Usually takes a minute for the last bar to come in. Okay, that's just crazy. So with QCOM, it looks like we've met targets on the upside from that last major swing. You met target number 1, the 1272. The second target's the 1618, which is 119.76. Now, I might be able to set up a pullback. So let me look at taking these prior high to low swings and projecting from the new high. There we go. And then this one. That one here. And then actually, it looks like it already did pull back into the general area. So let's just label this 105.58 to 107.19. 105.58 to 107.19. And then $108.96. 108.96 to, oh no, that's not right. 105.50. Yeah, this is 103.96. That would help if I got the handle right. To 104.13. So that's yeah. So I would need it to pull back closer to that support for a new entry if you wanted to look at it. And then next bigger picture targets 119.76. All right, and let me make sure I took that snapshot. All right, here we go. Mastro Dobel, that's what I was looking for. I couldn't remember one of my favorite Silva tequilas. All right, we do have that one. And somebody said CHGG. CHGG. Okay, again, this is not going to be a setup. This is only going to, have targets that we're probably meeting. Wow. All right, so all I can really give you are the extension targets, and we'll see which swings. Like there's an extension, a third target off of the prior swing. And we have another couple of targets from these swings. Okay, that comes in above. And that one has, already met 2 targets. So all I really have are the third targets. And the other thing you can do is you can compare the swings in the same direction. Like this low to this high, maybe compared to this one. Oh, you're already through it. Yeah, I'm not sure you're gonna have too much else. This low to, if we use the higher high, you're right on top of it. So it's closer to resistance, and all that tells you is to ratchet up stops. It's still a bullish chart, but you're closer to resistance and targets. So that is that one, CHGG. Okay, and let's see. It looks like some people may have put more on the site. Okay, so here, okay, I added XBI. Someone's asking for, okay, all right, I did XBI. DK, NG. And someone asked for EEM. Whoops. EEM. Okay, so let's try this one. Nope. Okay. All right, so here you're above the 200, you're below the 50, 5 and 13 are in a sell mode. So we've got mixed parameters. It's not going to be one of the highest probability setups. We have a 618 at the recent low. You can see if that overlaps symmetry. This high to this low projected from this high. That looks gorgeous. And then the only other thing we can do is run this high to this low. That'll come in a little bit lower. And then we can run an extension. So I'm not sure if you're looking for the buy side, whoever asked for this one. But I think that support is key. So let's just call this 31.23 to 86. And then 29.79 to 30.01. Now I'll give you a potential target, but I'm also going to give you hurdles because you can make a case for both sides because the moving averages are mixed. And let's see that low to high. Yeah, so the area you'd really have to watch for possible failures more that 35.50 to 36.09. But if you can push through it, target's 40.80. And there is support now. So this is a setup. It's just not the highest probability setup, but it is a setup and your risk is clearly defined. So that's KNG daily. All right, and then let's see what else. So EEM, there might be some symmetry. So all the moving averages are on the side of the bulls in this one. We've got a few swings that I can use. I mean, that's even all we need. Okay, you have two swings that are, you know, that we're right on top of, and then this one will probably come in the middle. Yep, probably don't need too much more. That swing similar, this swing similar. Yeah, that's enough. This is a buy setup. I'm going to see if there's an overlapping retracement. Oh. All right, so I'm just going to call this, and all the moving averages are on the right side. So this would be called what I like to call a royal setup because all the moving averages on the daily chart are in the right place and you've had a symmetrical pullback. So 42.56 to 98. And the potential upside target, again, always the 1272 extension of the swing into the zone. So high to low. Target 1 is 44.63. Target 2 is 45.08. Hurdle comes in at 43.77. So that's EEM daily. Okay, and then, yeah, let's get rid of this one. All right, that I've already posted. And let me see if there's anything else. It looks like I've covered all of the, oh no, wait, there's another request on. There was upside targets on, well, XBI I already did, INTC. Well, Intel, if you remember, definitely had a big failure with earnings. You know, remember that my work becomes an absolute crapshoot with earnings. Okay, that's not going to work. I'm going to see if there's any swings that are similar. Nothing there. Yeah, I'm not going to have anything except resistance on the way up, because we're going to look at the fact that price is underneath the 200, underneath the 50, 5 and 13 are in the sell mode. We would add the 100% projections for resistance, since obviously it shifted gears after earnings. Whoops, let me get this right. Low to high. And then we would also take the swings inside of the swings. Okay, and then let's see. So it looks like first possible resistance is more that 50.50 to 52.14 area. And then 56.15 to 21. You know, are you not in the stock group? Because I already posted, first of all, Twitter's a bust because we broke that, we broke the support. So I had a spread in it and I just exited because, you know, if it doesn't hold what it's supposed to hold, GTFO. And Intel, yeah, this is daily. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of this one. And then as far as, okay, so I have to find the other grouping of charts here. Okay, I think this is it. So the square still has higher targets, but it met one target today from the smaller swing. Okay, so that is square. And then, yeah, so Twitter to me is a bust. So here, it didn't hold what I wanted it to hold. So for me, I'm out. As far as what the next decision is going to be, that I'd have to look at it. I'll have to run some other levels and see if there's anything else there. Okay, so what else are you guys, oh wait, there was one other one somebody asked for. EIDX. I don't know. Not really familiar with it. Let's see if I have the data. Oh, okay, this is something, now it's going to be counter trend because price is below the 200, it's below the 50, the 5 and 13 are in a sell mode. All the moving averages are on the side of the shorts, believe it or not. But were you looking for support or resistance in this one? Yeah, GDX I already posted also today. Let me just, I'll grab it after I have this. Okay, that comes in below. Let's try this one. Resistance, okay. So it is holding on top of a 618 retracement. So if you're looking for resistance, we're going to run it from the new low. And we're going to measure these prior low to high swings, project from there. And we'd also run this one. And also the full swing. And then the retracement. Okay, so I'm just going to erase the ones that don't really help, but we do have like 4370 to 4545 or 4681 to 4805. So if you're looking for resistance, that's where it comes from. Now there might be a slightly lower one if you take this smaller swing. It's a little bit difficult to see. All right. Yeah, because you could use the 618 at a smaller swing too. So the trend setup would be to look at a short at resistance. Counter trend is, you know, against any of this. So I can have it where you can see it a little bit better. It's really that 36.45 to 36.72, or you know, the 618 retracement. So EIDX daily. All right, and yeah, SLV I already did. GDX, again, this is still the same setup, and the target is still at 45.41. I already posted this morning, and I'll just post it again, just in case you hadn't been able to find it. Okay, and let's see, did I get all of the requests here? Okay, so we still have about 20 minutes, so if you have any questions or other requests, feel free to ask. Oh, looks like this is... why? I don't know. I haven't looked at that one in a while. Whoops. I know that I did give you a setup on it when somebody asked for it last week, or was it the week before? I'm not going to do the support again, but I can give you the resistance and the targets. So is that... One second. Whoa. I'm probably at the Bell. At a liquor store. You're at 1942. All right, so yeah, so let's see. So we would have the retracement of the larger swing. Then we would also have a low to high from this low. This one I think we're through. So, I mean, symmetry is definitely important. So 85.14, 618 is always important, 89.82, but the potential target on the upside is the 106.14 and 114.78. So that is YY daily. All right, and then my eyes are blurry. NTES, are you talking about is, well, let me look at the chart and then I'll see. So you're looking for resistance and targets. NTES, you'd have the extension of that prior swing, 522.11, 546.07. You can also run, let's see if we're through this symmetry or not. Okay, nope, here's your hurdle. So your next immediate decision with the resistance is 473.49 to 476.82. Potential upside target 522.11 and 546.07. You're closer to resistance at the moment. Okay, and then let's try this one. Okay, and then I don't know about space. Oh, there's maybe an opportunity for a pullback. Oh wait, it looks like, okay, so a lot of times the last bar doesn't come in until a minute or so after I ask for the chart. Okay, so right there is symmetry. Not that one. So it's already rallying off of symmetry support. I'll just see if there's any other price relationships. Looks like a little bit of a two-step pattern too. Okay, well, it's got the 1618 underneath. You can also look at 100% of the first swing down. Okay, so I mean, that's good enough. I mean, there was symmetry at this last low. You're above the 200, you're above the 50, the 5 and 13 are in a buy mode. So I have a 11-month-old in training. She's going to learn how to do Fibonacci. Okay, so that's SPCE. All right, got that one. Then let's look at SCPL. I don't know that I've ever looked at that. SCPL. Let's see. Nope, I've never looked at it in my life. Let's wait for the last bar. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to run support because, you know, the market's already rallied. So obviously the last low is important. But as far as hurdles and targets, you have the hurdle with the 786 and symmetry just above it, 1591. Targets are 1685 and 1766. Okay, and SCPL. Yeah, she was due on my birthday, and the other daughter, her birthday is June 18th, so that's a Fibonacci birthday. So I've got some new trainees. Okay, all right. So that's are there any that I missed that you guys asked for? EA, I mean, I can look. I don't know if it's setting up or not. Oh. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the last bar really didn't give you any, there's no pullback. So I can't really set this one up yet. I mean, you'd have a target that's not even that far away, 144.92, 148.24. But you need a pullback to set up a pullback, and I don't have one. So if it starts to pull back, that's when you want to look at it. So that is that one. And yeah, yeah, and then anything, let's see if I missed anything else on the board here. Looks like I may have gotten all of those. All right, we have one more message here. Oh, okay. All right, anything else that you want to look at? Yeah, CTXS. Yeah, because I have about another 10 minutes. And then I have to go back to work. Okay, so that one looks like it had a nice pullback. I don't know that the symmetry matches up, but you did have a nice pullback. Let's see if there's anything back here. And yeah, that comes in underneath. So it didn't really have anything great at the last low. It doesn't mean though that it can't rally from there. So we've had a beautiful pullback. Okay, and I'm not going to have that much in the way of resistance until really, you know, up at that 618 retracement and the 100% projection. There really isn't too much more than that. I mean, there might be the lower retracements. But let's say if that low was any good, your target would be up here. That's the big if. I have no idea if that's going to hold up. Okay, so that is CTXS, HDB. Okay, so this one, this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. The only problem is that we are below the 200, but we do have a nice healthy pullback, so I know I can work with it. So we're gonna run these projections of these prior declines. Then I'm gonna do the swing inside of the swing here. We're slightly through that. Then we're gonna do, let's see, we'll do a retracement of this swing and a retracement of this swing and an extension of this one. Okay. All right, so that's, I'd say the first area to focus on is really going to be with the symmetry. So 44, 43. To 45, is this 12? 45, 11. And then the other area underneath, well, the other area with symmetry, 42.88, 43.08. Any of those levels, you know, as long as it holds and then triggers, for example, on a 15 or 30-minute chart. 42.08, 42.08. What? Okay, and you know, even though we haven't hit the support, I'm going to give you the area for a potential target if we hold. Then, you know, because if it makes a new low, I'd have to run the target off of the new low. But let's say if it holds around here, 53.99 is your first target. I like the pattern. I don't like where the moving averages are at. All right, any other questions? Let's see, did I take the snapshot? All right, and you know, hopefully, I'm hoping that these sessions help you understand kind of, you know, how I set stuff up, at least. I do these sessions once a week on Mondays for this group. So Mondays at 11 a.m. Pacific. So it's once a week. Honestly, I don't have time to run a bunch of extra charts all week long, you know, as far as requests, but that's why I'm doing this session once a week. But I'm glad the book is helping. That should be, you know, there's a chapter on everything. All right, and then also I think I want to do, I'm not sure when, but I'd like to do, you know, a Q&A for whoever needs help, you know, on the triggers or anything like that. But I'll have to pick a day when I'm going to do it. What? Okay. All right, well, if we don't have any other requests, then I'm going to wrap this up, and I will go ahead and post the charts for all of you on the site. And I hope it helps. You might have a few setups in there. All right, awesome. You're welcome. Have a good one.